7 different guys in double figures, just so much balance throughout the night. What did you feel just in terms of the group playmaking? Just kind of seemed like everybody was able to create for everybody.
Yeah, I think we did a good job of being unpredictable for the most part of the night. I think the times that we got a little bogged down, we were slow. Like I said, we were a little predictable. So we just did a good job of reading the game and finding who was open, and then the guy that was open was aggressive to make a play, whether it's to score or to create for others. We got a good balance of that through the night.
Alex, as a former teammate of LeBron, what's it like to guard him at the respective stages of your careers that y'all are at now?
Yeah, it's tough, man. He's a strong dude, and he's still, he's 6'8". He's still a really hard matchup for a lot of guys in the league. Not a lot of people have a 6'8", 250-pound guy that can handle and move. So it's always fun competing against him. He always, anytime I play against the greats of the league, of the history of the league, I try to rise to the occasion and compete and play well, because that's the fun part about the NBA, is testing yourself against the best. So just trying to make sure that I'm locked in to play against him, obviously, and then coming back here, you want to play well against your former team.
Chet's getting ready to make his first All-Star appearance in a couple of days here. Obviously, the physical tools stand out for him, but when you first got here, just what kind of stood out to you about his mental side of things for him?
Yeah, I mean, he wants to be great. He wants to be one of the best players in the league. And sometimes he's a little tough on himself, because he's still doing amazing things, even though it might not be, quite to the standard that he holds himself to. But that's what makes great players. Long careers in this league are guys that are, relentless workers, super competitive with themselves, intrinsically motivated, all those things. And he has, all that mixed with 7 foot and the ability to dribble and pass and shoot and play basketball really well.
Hey, Alex, why do you think Cason's been able to rise to the occasion as of late?
He's just a good player. I think he's just growing. This is his third year, correct, JR? Is Queso's third year?
Yep.
Yeah, third year, yeah. A lot of people say that's usually the year that guys take a leap, but even last year, he was poised. His rookie year, I played his first game against him ever when I was in Chicago. He was poised and played well in that game. He just has a quiet demeanor about him, a very quiet self-confidence, but, he's not lacking in any respect of, stepping aside for somebody else. He's a confident player, and we have a team full of confident players, but especially for him, he's not always yelling and screaming like some of the guys on the team, so he can kind of get forgotten about, and it can be quiet and how well he's playing, but he's just solid, and that's what makes championship teams is you got guys that you forget about that are playing phenomenally, and he's doing that.
In the third, the game was starting to get away from you guys a little bit, but Mark gave you credit for coming in there and kind of changing it into the Thunder favor. What'd you see out there? What'd you do?
Yeah, just trying to be aggressive. I think this time of the year, especially, we're getting to the end of what they call, the dog days of the NBA, and All-Star breaks on the horizon, and it's easy to get distracted. But, the season is won in the margins, and I think this is one of those things where it's like you have to run through the finish line, excuse me, and just trying to hold our team accountable and play the standard that we set for each other. And obviously offensively I had a good night, so it was a little easier than that. But defensively, I feel like after the first couple possessions, I didn't really play up to my standard either. So just trying to fix that and trying to be a vocal leader for the team when, we were playing well and then kind of let off the gas. And you don't want to take games for granted when you play well enough to win. You want to go win the game.
Alex, it's been 5 or 6 years since you played with the Lakers. Getting wins here in this building, does it mean anything to you? Anything more?
No, I don't think there's I don't necessarily circle a calendar, maybe more so because we're coming to LA and it's really nice and you get to see the sun and the air is clean and crisp, you're close to the water. But no, I don't hold any, special motivation other than, you want to play good against your former team. Like I said, they have great players, they had Bron for all those years, AD for a couple, and now Luke is here. So, one, it's just being ready to play, because if you don't, you'll get embarrassed. But two, just wanting to compete, like I said, against the best and put your best foot forward in those situations.
Anything else?
Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Thanks, AC.